Talking shit.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday, and welcome to Talking Shit. I'm Sarah Pararia. This is the Sports Interaction Studio, and to my right, the lovely Prince Huda. How we doing?
Pretty good. You could probably hear it in the voice. A little stuffed up. Sinuses are coming back.
Why are you in here with us? I don't want it. I don't want this.
Sickness has been a theme on this show for a while. Not sick or anything, but you can kind of hear it in the voice. So we'll just get it out of the way now.
Motto
Health
for 2024.
Well.
Good job. Good start, Prince Huda. And of course, joined by Johnny Junta all the way from Guelph. How we doing, Johnny?
Doing good. I mean, we're 1 week away from Major League Baseball, so I mean, this is my bread and butter time.
Are you ready?
I'm excited for it. I mean, yesterday we had yesterday and the day before, or today and yesterday we had the Seoul series in Korea, so I got a little taste of regular season baseball there. So I'm fired up, man. I'm absolutely excited. I'm ecstatic.
Well, we will talk more about the Blue Jays later on in the show because they are going to be opening up their season next week, and we're excited about that. But we have to talk about, start this off, besides Huda being sick, March Madness and the craziness that has begun. We're 2 days into the tournament, and already you're pissed off with it.
It started this morning.
I thought it started on Tuesday. That's my
There
bad.
there were two games last few days. But today was like the first game. Like you said, the day of all the games.
And you already are over it. You were like fuming. You're not into it. Your teams are out. La la la.
Yeah, leading into this show, we were as we're recording Oregon versus South Carolina. I took South Carolina, but I guess that's what it is, right? You're just throwing darts, and I know a lot of people say take underdogs or take favorites. I just kind of take what I like and not liking what I see so far. But you know what? It's early in the tournament. You know, let me get hot later. We did an office bracket here. I got, I know we said on the show, Purdue, Kentucky, Creighton. I also took Alabama. So spread my content enough where I've picked a few teams on different angles. So double my chances to win and have something on camera to prove it. So can't complain.
Well, it's Sports Interaction right now. Connecticut is the favorite, plus 350. Houston, plus 600. And Purdue, plus 650. Johnny, how you feeling about March Madness?
I'm grinding away, man. I've been streaming all day today at work, so I've been watching obviously all the games. But yeah, it's awesome. It just it doesn't matter what sport it is. Just having sports on during the day while you're working is electric. So I love it.
Guys, what makes March Madness so much better than the NBA? Johnny, we'll start with you because of your absolute love for NBA basketball. But why is March Madness overall kind of looked at like it's way more hype? Like people that don't even like regular basketball, they get into this. What's the change?
I think it's the single elimination factor of it and the factor of
that's it. You got 1 game.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing of it, and how cool it is for the team that wins had to win like 6 straight games, like high tension, like high intensity games. So I love March Madness. It means more than the NBA does to the NBA guys, obviously. So I just think the fact that it's kids playing just for their respective schools, there's more school spirit. That's why I like it more than the NBA.
I think it's the crowds. Like you see these crowds of like students, like you said, at these games, they're just going nuts. Like the fact that NBA regular season playoffs, you kind of see a regular season, unless you see a crazy play like a big dunk or maybe a buzzer beater, crowds are a little bit more tame. So seeing, you know, the student sections and the bands and all the pageantry, and then you take in the fact that it's single game elimination, anything can happen. We've already seen a few upsets. It's just more unpredictable, which I think is so fun. I mean, we talked about the NBA for a few years. We had the same finals matchup, you know, every single year.
That's so true.
Whereas with March Madness, like you really don't know. And so, you know, the fact that you have 64 teams, anyone can win. And it's really like every game, you know, you have odds, you have spreads, but it doesn't really matter because any team can win on any given day.
Yeah, no, it's true. And also like, the storylines are also always different. Like you have these crazy, like last minute buzzer beaters that are always going and the storyline of this underdog finally beating the big team.
And the best.
Yeah, there's just way more going on. I see here, and I'm curious that you wrote in this rundown, is March the best month for sports betting out of the year? I immediately think no, but why? Okay, so we got March Madness, obviously. Baseball's about to start. NBA is kicking. NHL is kicking. You got footy, of course. Formula One's back. Why March, though?
I think it would be up for debate. I'd say it's like March. I'd say, well, there's like 3, I guess. March,
Yeah.
April, or October. I
So
feel
it's
like.
June. So the answer is June.
June. Okay, what's
100%. Because
No,
that's
June's
when.
the worst. What are we doing here? That's the worst month on the planet.
Isn't that what?
first 2 weeks of June?
crazy.
First 2 weeks
You
of
have to
June.
take, you have to
Who's winning
take your
the
soccer bias
finals?
out of it, though.
No, NBA finals, NHL finals, there's still baseball going, Champions League, Premier League, all the leagues are coming to an end. Who's going to win? Sometimes it's a point difference, so sprinkle on the winners. It's all the sprinkle on the winners. Every single, like, I think for me, that's like the most enticing.
I'd say just
It's
October because you
crazy.
have that overlap of all the big 4, right? You know how much we talk about football on this show. Like NFL really kicks in, NHL starts, NBA starts, MLB.
Yeah, this is the NFL
like I
bias
think
over
for
here.
me it's October, but I would put March over June. Just as not a big soccer, and to your point, like
I
they
didn't
have
say-
the
guys,
championship
I literally
rounds,
listed every other sport as
but
well.
that ends like first 2 weeks of
Yeah.
June. Then it's kind of depressing after those because then you're
Yeah,
like,
no,
now what?
Oh my God.
June's the
No.
month
When
where
the Euros and Copa America start, guys. I'm telling you, June though, with like winners being decided, I don't know. To me,
It means more in June. I'll
Not
give you
as
that.
better.
It means more in June.
Well,
Maybe.
June,
Johnny,
the thing
tell
that
me.
sucks about June is, though, like Huda said, you have 2 weeks where it's just baseball on the TV. Like in March, and I would even argue maybe April, because that's when you have like the March Madness finals towards the near end of April, or end of March. I think March and April is the best. You got baseball, NHL, NBA. You got March Madness obviously taking place. I think it's the best one. It's not even remotely close. Based
So
off
March
of all
is
the
the
major
best.
sports are playing.
Is the decision?
I would say March
I'd
or
say
like
October.
early April. I mean, April too, I guess, like because you got the NHL playoffs or close to the NHL playoffs coming, and you have the crunch time for the NHL and NBA. So I do think that one takes the cake because in June you have 2 weeks where it's literally the most boring time of the year where you just have baseball.
There's things to bet on this June. Paging producer Sean because we're at a stalemate here. When is your favorite? When's your favorite month to bet, Sean?
I would have to go with the April or October crew.
Oh,
I think,
Could we pick one?
Could I pick one? I would pick.
Because we've all said different. I don't want you to pick both. I want you to pick one. We've all said different answers here.
I would probably pick October as well.
Woo!
There you go. The NFL.
April has the
bias.
Masters
football
too.
season.
April has the Masters
Oh,
too.
April,
yeah,
the Masters,
true.
yeah.
Your UFC 300 in April, so I think 2024 April would be big because I guess UFC is like every month, but this year like they've really loaded April. But I like the October. NFL draft is in April, so there is some sort of football to bet on. But if you're betting on a draft, I mean, I probably will. But
Yeah,
to your
literally,
point,
it's gonna be you.
we will have a
You
locker room for the
crazy.
NFL draft with picks. But you
You're
know, I
crazy.
don't love betting on the drafts. But no, I'm glad we all have different opinions. That's what makes the
That's what makes the world go round.
makes the world go round. And I will be turning to you in June saying, okay, hockey's over, basketball's over. I need some locks for what
Bro,
other
we
things
got
are
like
going
Champions
on.
League final. The leagues are coming to an end, and then we have a quick week, and then it's Euros and Copa America and tournament style football. Johnny, we're doing the brackets this time. I
Yeah.
can't wait. We
No,
got
I
to do a
agree.
bracket for the Euros. Actually,
I can
Spain and
agree.
Italy are in the same group. So Johnny and I, if not already
Oh.
rivals, we will be. We will be.
Spain's
Let's
fraud,
talk about
Spain's fraud, but yeah.
Fraud check.
Spain's
Fraud check this early.
Why is
Spain,
Spain fraud?
Spain can't win in a penalty shootout to save their life. All Italy has to do is just
Ooh.
draw
Sorry,
with Spain.
did Spain win a Euro World Cup in a Euro? Thank you. Go ahead and sit down.
Doesn't
How about
matter.
work on
we'll see.
qualifying
We'll see
to a
this year.
World Cup first? Qualify
We'll-
for a World Cup,
Damn.
and then we'll talk. Qualify for a
Italy
World
won
Cup,
the
then we'll
World
talk,
Cup
okay?
in 06. Italy's fine. Italy's
Yeah,
second most
finally,
World Cups
after
of
missing the
all
last
time.
two. Y'all missed the last two.
Italy has
Johnny.
the second most World Cups on the planet. That's just,
I'm
that's all you
aware.
have to
I'm
say.
aware, but I don't think you should come for Spain when you know that reign was just not that long ago, and also you guys have not been qualifying for World Cups.
Who won the Euro Cup, though? Who won the Euro Cup? Who won the last Euro Cup, Sarah? Who won the
You
last
won
Euro
the Euro
Cup?
and then didn't qualify for
That
the
doesn't
worlds
matter.
around
Who
it.
won the
Most
last Euro
inconsistent
Cup?
team. You
Who
trust
won the
me. I was
last Euro
rooting for you
Cup, though?
guys.
Who won the last Euro
Johnny,
Cup?
I told you Italy won. I told you they did. But also then how can the best team in Europe then not qualify for a World Cup around that? Can't
That's
qualify
sports.
before, can't qualify after. The most
That's
inconsistent
sports.
team.
That's
Also
all it is.
barely
That's sports.
qualified for the Euros this year. Y'all got fucking beat by Macedonia. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's sports,
It's
though.
mental.
That's all it
But
is.
let's talk about before we get to the Euros, because we're jumping the gun here, because the Euros is going to be crazy. If this is a
No, that
preview
was
for
good.
Johnny and
That
I in
was good.
June,
Oh,
Godspeed.
I can't
but
wait.
we got guys, we got the Champions League.
yes.
We got
Let's
the
lock
Champions
back
League
in.
quarterfinals,
Woo!
and Johnny, they're juicy.
Oh, they're sick. I got what I asked for. I wanted Real Madrid versus Man City. I want them to.
Oh,
I wanted
same
to,
as
You
a
did
Barca
say that
fan,
on here.
I'm living for this.
I
I'm
wanted
super
them
happy.
to eliminate each other, and it's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, this might be the best draw in like 10 years. Like this draw is insane.
Interesting.
You got like PSG. It's absurd. It's absolutely
There's
absurd. I cannot
storylines
wait.
all over the board. It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter. No, I completely agree. It's like all the big dogs. So as Johnny alluded to, we got City and Real, which has to be, the marquee matchup.
Money match, right?
Yeah, obviously they're like
the main event, like that's the big one.
They are, but I'll be honest with you, I'm watching all these games. I'm watching all these games, and I'm hyped about all these games. But that one, I think, is arguably the two favorites.
Right.
Most people were saying Real or Man City. Now one of them's got to go. Johnny, who you leaning towards in this one? I'll just quickly say that Real is plus 180 right now, Sports Interaction, and City is plus 135. It's close.
It sucks.
It's a pick 'em,
pretty
honestly.
close.
It's a pick 'em.
It sucks we're not getting fully healthy Madrid, right? I mean, we're getting a pretty banged up. Yeah, we're getting a pretty banged up Madrid, but it's impossible to not go Man City, man. They are they're absurd. I know Grealish is injured, I think. I don't think Grealish might be not playing for that.
But he's all like, Phil Foden's shining that. I don't think Grealish is getting in that lineup unless Phil, something happens to him.
Rodri, it's just they're winners. Like they won it last year. They won the treble last year. I don't see how Man City doesn't kind of not wipe the floor with them, but beats them.
Really?
Wow.
Honestly, I'm going to go against you. I'm edging Real in two legs. I think you're right. I think this is like a one-off game, but something about Real and the way they just crawl and dig and just get wins out of their games. They don't stop fighting. And we've seen City when they played Liverpool like 2 weeks ago now. The second half, they gave up. They were not playing. And I think that's when a Real could get the better of them. But this is, for me, the game changer. You mentioned injuries. Vinny, Camavinga, Jude, and Tchouaméni are all at risk. If they get a yellow card in the first leg, they're missing the second leg. You lose Jude, you lose Vinny, Camavinga, that's it.
And
there's no margin for error.
Pep is gonna push some buttons on.
Vinny's getting a yellow. We can confirm, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pep is gonna get in their heads.
Is it single game elimination at this stage?
There's still
okay.
only the final.
Oh, okay.
So even the semis, but that's why I'm saying over 2 legs. I think Real Madrid can scrape something out of it. But onto what Johnny said, injuries and cards, it's gonna be really tough.
Okay.
You gotta. Are you?
If we're going because I'm only seeing what we saw in the Champions League, right? I'm not really paying attention to what else is going on.
Soccer,
right? Man City just dominated.
Yeah.
So again, they're playing someone that's obviously inferior. Exactly, right? Like you guys said that would happen, and it did.
Yeah.
But like, are they that good, or have they been playing teams that are that?
No, they are that good
because they won last year, right?
Yeah.
So
and they're still like dominating in the final.
And I look at the futures. Before the round of 16, before the tournament even started, Man City was the favorite. They're still the favorite by quite a bit. So I'm gonna stick with Man City here, based on a limited knowledge set and what I've seen so far. I'll stick with Man City, but Real Madrid games were fun to watch. I think those were one of the more entertaining games. So it'll be fun. I like that you guys said this is one of the best draws in the last 10 years because it's the first time I've watched in at least 10 years. So I'm locked in.
Yeah.
And you might get a new soccer fan for life.
Woo!
Depending on how this goes.
Yeah,
depending on how this goes.
If you want to go the other way, I mean, there's tons of value. I don't know what the odds are on Sports Interaction on PSG to win the Champions League. Not the hardest draw for them in Barcelona, who looked really good. Beat the brakes off Atletico on Sunday. I watched them
absolutely spanked the boys.
Yeah, that
sent them home.
Close. But I really like this PSG draw, to be honest with you, and I like how Mbappe's been playing. It just depends how Barca plays against this PSG system, but there's a lot of value.
It depends on how Mr. Kylian Mbappe plays, actually.
Yeah.
Mbappe is the determining factor here, because I think a Barca can beat PSG, but if Mbappe decides to go bananas and do score a hat trick at the Nou Camp or at the Estadio Olympique rather this season, I mean, it's lights out. It's lights out for Barca. But I completely agree. There's this narrative all of a sudden. Everyone's now thinking, are PSG going to do it? Because obviously it's like that Mbappe's final last dance, right? He's going to Real Madrid. PSG have never done this before. Is he going to carry them to the victory? Is he going to bring them the trophy finally and then say sayonara? There's a really like romantic side to this story that I think a lot of people are hopping on the Mbappe bandwagon. So that one's really curious as well, because Barca and PSG have a hectic history, and they're PSG's coach, Barca's former coach, that crazy remontada comeback Barca had. I mean, like, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, every
Is
match.
this your mecca of sports?
Bayern, it's insane. Yeah. We got Bayern, Arsenal, I believe, too, which is
the Harry Kane story.
Yeah. Like this is wild, man. I truly
talk to me about Arsenal and Bayern a bit, because I've spoken to several people, and I'm getting this one seems to be the one where it's the most torn.
I hate Bayern. Like I truly hate Bayern. They're one of the most fraud teams in Europe, I think, in my opinion.
They're fraud.
I think they're absolutely
literally
two today.
I've been betting on them because like for comebacks sometimes, and they just look terrible. But I really do like this Arsenal team. That game was it's not good to barely beat Porto, but I do like Arsenal. I do think they're gonna qualify from this one. I don't see how Bayern beats them.
I'm also edging Arsenal because I think it's like this is the year now. Mikel Arteta, almost last year, now he's going to do it. He's going to win something this year with this Arsenal team. They're so good. Arsenal minus 125, Bayern that's to qualify.
That's what we're talking about, though, no? Like, we're just talking
qualify.
About
I mean, that's still pretty good
it's
value.
Minus 125 to Arsenal, minus 105 to Bayern Munich. Really tight as well. Harry Kane, though, could be sent home and, not get any silverware this year, because that's Bayern's only hope right now is the Champions League, to the most hated rival he has, and that's Arsenal, obviously. That's insane to me, too. That alone. Or Harry Kane could be the guy that sends Arsenal home. All of a sudden, Spurs fan jumping on the Bayern bandwagon.
He does dominate. He does dominate Tottenham through his entire career. So that's going to be a weird one. He's scoring. Let's make that clear. He will score 1 or 2 goals during these games.
There's no odds right now for players to score just yet on Sports Interaction, because I was looking at that as well.
Yeah,
we're
still
we'll
like 2
there.
weeks away. We're still like 2 weeks away from. But that's I can't really pick which like games I'm most excited about, because they're all sick.
They're all so good.
It's absurd. I this was like some may say the draw was rigged. I don't care. I'm so
happy. I'm here, Fred. I'm gonna watch it either way. Yeah. Finally, Atleti Dortmund. I got to back Atleti. Here. I have to, after the way they took it to Inter, took it to penalties. Like, something about this Diego Simeone side, it's almost like if he doesn't do it now, that's it.
I back that.
Yeah.
Okay. Dortmund's really not that sexy of a team to me, to be honest.
They're not. But I was looking at their record at home in the Champions League, and I think they've won like their last 15 Champions League matches at Signal Iduna. Yeah. But the funny thing is, both these stadiums are fortresses, like 2 of the biggest ones in Europe. Like, you don't want to play at either of them, so it'll be crazy to see the fans. That's going to play a major factor, I think.
Yeah, well, where I'm at with that is if I'm very biased off of recently. What have you done for me recently? And Atleti on Sunday were so bad. Like, if they look anything like that, they're gonna get their doors blown off.
Well, like Dortmund, the first leg of the Inter Atleti, you were even saying this is it. It's already wrapped up. You had Inter going. That was it. It was only 1-0, but so many people had written Atleti off. Like, there is a bit of a concern of what Atleti you're gonna get on the day. I completely agree. But let's see. First leg, they got to come out swinging because it's at home. So they gotta win like 2-0 at least. All these games are just absurd. I wish they were just one. We got one a day, but it sucks that we have to like kind of not flip flop, but have 2 screens going for these games. That's something that's gonna. I will say like. Yeah,
they're both at 3. So it's like March Madness where like games overlap, where it's like I wish we could watch all separately.
But, I mean, it's been like that for Champions League the entire time, and some of the games I've been really annoyed about as well. But now it's like getting closer and closer, and you're like, please, why is this happening? Yeah, it's gonna be intense, but Yeah, we got a couple of weeks to break that down more, but no, I'm really excited too. We'll obviously watch during the international break we're currently in if anyone gets injured, because I mean, no one wants to see a player coming back from their nation injured. But
Yeah.
let's do some trivia. Let's have some
Okay.
fun before we talk some Bluebirds. And I'm going to actually go first because mine's actually UCL based. Huda, this one's going to be tough for you. So, I mean, give it a
I
guess
was
if you have.
afraid
For me,
we'd
to
start
be
this
honest.
direction.
Well,
yeah, I was
let's see.
afraid
I
we'd
tried to
start
keep
this
it chill,
direction.
but my trivia question for you guys is, who was the top scorer in the Champions League? Not last year, because we know it was Erling Haaland, but the year before, 2021-22. Give me some names.
Okay, just names I know. Let's go Harry Kane.
No,
Oh,
wasn't in the
Kareem
Champions.
Benzema?
Mbappe.
Hey,
Oh, that was my next
Johnny,
guess.
Junta, all the way from golf.
truthfully, I could have named 5 and that wouldn't have came
I
up.
know.
So
That
I
one actually-
appreciate
I was-
the hot tag there.
No, I was actually unsure if Johnny was going to get it too, because it was one of those ones where
I
you're
just
like,
remember
hold
he
on a
scored
minute.
1,000 fucking goals in the.
Yeah, he was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Johnny Junta. All right, Kareem Benzema, what a shout. Huda, what do you got for some trivia?
I'll give you an NFL one.
Oh, Gab.
So I've been watching this show on not Netflix, Apple TV. It's Dynasty. It's about the New England Patriots and how they kind of came to be this dynasty. And there's a piece of trivia in there that I thought I could share today. So Tom Brady, you know, one of your favorites. You had the jersey, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Who did he come in and replace as the starter in New England?
Not even a hope. That's not even in the brain. Can't even say a name because it won't even come. Genuinely, I don't even think you're going to tell me a name that I've never heard in my life.
Johnny, do you know?
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Johnny knows.
Drew Bledsoe.
Okay.
Who? How do you spell the last? No, I'm
No, B L E D
SOE.
SOE. Okay. I
promise
that was
you,
my trivia too. Like I was
that
like, wait a minute.
Never in the
I was
head.
like, wait a minute.
Great question, but you know when you know, like I don't. It's not in there.
It's not in there?
There's no filing cabinets. It's not. So,
Yeah. Like to your point with the UCL one, like I wouldn't have guessed.
for sure. I know that one was kind of more to Johnny.
But I did recognize that.
Good shout though. I like that. Bringing in the Pats. Do you have
Yeah.
another one, or should we jump
Got
to
another
Johnny?
one? Let's go, Johnny. Let's go.
I
around
got
a
one for
little
Sarah. So which Barcelona
Oh.
goalkeeper? Which Barcelona goalkeeper recorded the most consecutive minutes without conceding a goal?
For a second.
Uh-oh.
No.
I don't think so.
It's not your second. I
No.
swear it is.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh shit.
Are you sure? Because I'm actually pretty sure that is the answer. Is it Victor Valdez?
Yes,
What's
Victor Valdez.
I don't know, man.
That's
I don't know about
what it
one,
says here.
Johnny.
900 minutes without conceding a goal.
Crazy. What's Ter Stegen's? Ter Stegen
he
had the
wasn't
best
even, like-
record last year in Europe for the least conceded. So maybe I thought that as well.
Ter Stegen, I don't even see him on here. I just I Google searched that, but it said Victor Valdez, 900 minutes, no goals, 10 games.
Nice. We love Victor Valdez. What a freaking legend he was. What
That's
a
crazy,
legend.
by
I
the
miss
way.
those.
That's absolutely insane. But
That is a
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
wild
but think about the
stat.
team that was in front of him. You have freaking Jordi or Mascherano, even Piqué, Carlos Puyol, Xavi, Iniesta, like Dani Alves, Lionel Messi, Eto'o,
Yeah.
Ronaldinho.
that
Get
makes
out of
sense
town.
then, I guess. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you're like,
That makes
there's
sense.
no one moving that team.
Yeah.
All right, who
that's
to give me
fair.
another, or give us another?
We'll do a UFC one because then the board's a little bit even here.
Nice.
Conor McGregor in the news this week. He's saying that he's coming back. He's going to fight Michael Chandler. Going to be a big fight. Everyone's going to come
Snooze.
back, jump on the Conor McGregor bandwagon. The question for the room: who was the last person Conor McGregor beat?
Nate Diaz.
No.
Good.
I know
that's my
this
guess.
is easy.
Close.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone. It is. That was
I mean,
2020.
this isn't
So
fair
believe
to
it or
you
not.
guys, because for work we do trivia videos. So like,
Yeah, you
like
kind of
that-
know
that-
every sport, so it's a little
yeah,
hard
yeah.
to like.
But no, I mean,
Stump you
I
there.
get made fun of in the comment section for not knowing anything. But I mean, yeah,
Hey, it's hard
I'm a little,
sometimes. I'm good
a
at
little
footy
tapped
trivia
in.
normally, but other things, no. Yeah.
Well, I wonder how we'd survive in his comment section then if he's the worst one. Because I like if you throw a soccer question at me, it's like
No, we don't do
But
soccer.
like,
It's
I gotta-
if we were
NFL.
all
Oh,
to
no
answer,
soccer,
if we were
okay.
all to answer 10 trivia questions based on our sport, like I'm sure we'd all do relatively well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
being in this industry, I'd hope so. Yeah, exactly. It's
I'm
like
not
kind of
even
a skill
kidding. Like
test.
this is what we do also for work. Sometimes we do like career paths of players. And like sometimes I will literally watch like videos and it's like guess the football player. Like that gets me fucking going. And there's
that's a sick
nothing
one.
more
We do
fun.
that, we do
That's
that for
fair.
NFL. We do that for NFL.
Yeah,
With
it's so good.
The guessing's fun because like when you're watching those clips, you're like, it keeps you engaged for the full thing. So those are good for the algorithm. So
Well, let's
let's-
keep our trivia
I like
going
that.
then. Next week we'll do. We're not here next week. We're not here next week, but we'll keep it going because
more on that later.
trivia is. I was getting to it. Chill
Okay,
out.
yeah,
We know what we're doing here. This is fine. No, we'll do trivia every week. We'll each bring a question. Maybe we'll try and broaden our horizons in other sports. But as Huda already alluded to, next week we are not here because guys, we are doing. Johnny, what are we doing? I'm going to let you take this.
Gate 14 watch party. I'm juiced for this, man.
Juiced.
I'm juiced for this. It is at St. Louis Bar and Grill on Bay Street. I don't know the exact number of the street. I'm about to make a TikTok for it tomorrow. So first 100 people. Last time we did an event like this, there was tons of people there. So it's first come, first serve. We'll be giving away tickets and then we'll be giving away tickets to the person. I believe it's tickets or a jersey to the person that has the craziest Blue Jays jersey, like it's the most random player. So I'm absolutely fired up for it. Game one, Jose Barrios, Zach Eflin at Tropicana Field, 4:00. It starts at 3:30. The watch party. So like we mentioned, first come, first serve, but it's going to be electricity. I'm fired up for it.
Woo! And the
It'll be
three of us
fun.
will all be there together.
Breaking news: Prince and Sarah got the invite. We'll be there too.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm being dragged out to
Fans of the show, you can meet
You
all
love
three of us
baseball.
now.
Oh, this is massive.
I
for you.
love
You
baseball. No,
Yeah.
it'll be a good time. Honestly, like it'll be exciting. All of us will be there. The vibes are going to be good. Johnny's going to be carrying this. First game of the season is always exciting. And also, as we mentioned, I think last week, it is the Thursday before a long weekend. So I feel like everyone's going to be in a good mood already. So don't worry. The vibes will be great and we will make sure of that. But let's talk about those Bluebirds.
Can I say one more thing on the party? One more thing. If you can't join us in person, we'll be live streaming on the Locker Room, Sports Interaction Twitter, Sports Interaction YouTube, Sports Interaction app. So you can be there vicariously with us. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can have the stream open, you can have the game open, and you can be there with us, not physically, but still with us.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Make sure you join if you're not with us. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a fun stream. It's going to be a fun event. Looking forward to seeing everyone. As Johnny mentioned, come wearing the most random Blue Jays jersey you have, and you can win a chance at a pair of tickets, giving away some other swag. It'll be fun. I had a Vernon Wells jersey when I was a kid, but I think I lost that somewhere, but I would have brought that out. So that would have been a fun one, but I'm not participating. So yeah, wear your crazy jerseys and
Johnny will judge you.
Johnny will judge you the jerseys. Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, let's talk Blue Jays. Johnny, Blue Jays this season, are they better?
What's
are they going to be
happening?
better or worse? They're going to be better or
Yeah, I'm
worse? What is your
excited. A couple injuries. Kevin Gossman, who was supposed to be the opening day starter, won't be making his first 1 or 2 starts, which sucks because he's a dog. I mean, second runner-up last year for the Cy Young. So that's going to suck. But this team has a pretty decent amount of depth where Bowden Francis kind of slot into the 4-hole, Mitch White into the 5-hole in that rotation. So I think this team's going to be good. I really do. Vladdy looks incredible in the spring. George Springer looks incredible in the spring. Kirk looks incredible. Everyone, the entire top of that order looks really good in the spring. And the bottom guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm excited for this year. I might be a homer, obviously, but I'm watching every single game, and we're live streaming a lot of them. So if I'm miserable, why would I? I mean, if I'm miserable, I wouldn't be doing this type of stuff. So I got to come with a positive mindset. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be unreal. I can't wait to have baseball back on TV.
It's coming, Johnny. It's coming. Realistically, where do you see the Blue Jays going though this season?
I think they're going to be good. I truly do. I think the last two or three years they have been kind of, I don't want to say favorites, but they were like mediocre? At the top of the odds to win the World Series. Like middle to top of the odds to win the World Series. So and this year they're kind of looked down on, and I think all the players, and we talked to a decent amount of them, are kind of seeing themselves as a underdog this year, which is a good chip on your shoulder, which is something they haven't really had as a team. So it's gonna be very interesting to see where this team is at come July or June, halfway through that season.
Yeah. Plus 2,000 right now for the Bluebirds to win the entire goddamn thing. The World Series, people.
Like they were plus 1,000 last year. So that goes to show you, like, the difference
Interesting.
in
Odds
the
makers
narrative.
are.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we have right now in Sports Interaction, we have like stage of elimination. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a World Series bet. So miss playoffs plus 120, which is the highest odds. A little disrespectful. Losing wild card, which they've done the last 2 years, plus 325. Then we got divisional championship. And as Sarah mentioned, World Series plus 2000. It would be so good for Toronto to see, another championship with how fun that Raptors playoff run was and how much they won. It'd be really good for the city, especially because, like you said, the Blue Jays kind of have that underdog mentality. It'd be a good story, and it'd be good for content too, as well. With Game 14, I'd imagine the longer the Blue Jays play, the more stuff you guys have to do and more viral you guys get.
Yeah, like the live streams get crazy, especially in the playoffs last year. We had like 800 concurrent viewers. I'm sure, and now
Nice.
we weren't even nearly as big as we were last year. We are now. So
sick.
yeah, so I'm assuming it's going to be some absurd stuff. If this team's really really good. So
has it been like linear growth for you guys, or did you have a moment where it just kind of shot?
Kind of moment where it shot. It's been a little bit linear, I guess.
When Johnny peed his pants.
We're only like 2.5 years. We're 3 years in April into this thing. So the first year was kind of whatever. And then the second year after like I want to say June, that was when like the Blue Jays players started following us, and then we just started skyrocketing with followers. So I'd probably say like it's been linear with like shots, like certain pockets of like just crazy skyrocket shots of followers and downloads and all that stuff.
I love that.
That's dope. Yeah, just like keep creating and then
keep it going,
time
Johnny.
will come. Exactly. That's cool.
Now we're here to freaking boost you even more with some wings.
Where will Game 14 be at the end of this season? That's the crazy thing too.
Yeah,
where's your money?
That'll be fun for sure. There's tons of stuff that's happening. So it's gonna be. I can't wait for those first games. It's gonna be electric. I've been thinking about baseball.
Smile.
It's
Look
crazy.
you can see it.
It's crazy because they play the longest season, so they have like the longest off, like the shortest off season out of all sports. But in my mind, I'm still like, damn, this off season was long.
Producer Sean.
When they asked you that question, Johnny, the correct answer was to the moon.
To the moon.
Right?
Yeah. We can go to the moon.
That's where it's going.
Yeah, it's going to go to the moon. We're grinding away, man. Just a couple guys, me and Avery. I've been lucky to have a really good co-host. So we kind of do this thing together. And he does a shit ton of stuff behind the scenes, like edit, because I'm really dumb and can't edit stuff. So it's just a good tandem we got going. It's a good tandem we got going there.
All right, Vladdy, you're talking. He's looking good this season. You said he's looking nice in the spring. Over under 33.5 homers this season.
Oh, that number went up. Okay. I bet it at 32.5.
Okay, we're at 33.
We're moving in the right direction.
We're moving and grooving, people.
Yeah, I think I probably said this exact same thing last year, but he had a really good spring last year, really good April and May, and then kind of like a wrist injury kind of affected the rest of his season. This year, I hope he stays fully healthy. Kind of has a new swing with a two-handed finish, so I'm expecting a lot of home runs from Vladdy this year, and his home runs absolutely fucking rock. So
he owes it to the city.
Yeah,
he's got to bounce back from whatever last year was. It's time.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it like very few at home? Wasn't that the thing last year? Like a lot of his home runs were on the road.
Yeah, he didn't hit a home run at home until I want to say May.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I remember I went to a game and I bet Vladdy home run and he hit it. And then hearing that stat, I'm like, okay, at least he gave me one. But yeah, it'd be good for fans to see, the star player hitting home runs at home. So 32.5, 33.5 doesn't seem like it matters to you, right? You think he hit 40 maybe?
That'd be, I don't know what the odds are for that, but I could see that. That would be insane. I mean, he did that like 2 years ago though, or came close to it at least. But yeah, I mean, Vladdy should be hitting 40 home runs. He's one of the best power hitters in baseball.
He's still only 25. March 1999. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's my age.
Yeah.
Oh, makes me feel like shit for what I'm not. I could be in the MLB. No, I don't know. I always like seeing when like athletes
be in the MLB goes. It always, I could also. What was the NFL quote? I could take on the freaking.
I could come. I could win a game in the Niners offense was the one.
Add it to the freaking.
That one got a little
banana stuff that you have said.
I like that one. I like that one because then the next game, Purdy threw like 4 picks against the Ravens, and it actually ended up aging not as bad. So, Sean's like dying to jump in there. Oh
Don't
no,
even
no,
say it.
no,
No.
no. It always trips me out when I see like pro athletes that are like younger or the same age as me. Like Luca is like 99 as well, and he's born in June. So it's like in another life, like maybe we'd be friends because we're the same age. So it always trips me out
Yeah,
seeing
makes
that.
sense.
And then you have like the younger players where it's like they're going crazy. So that always just blows my mind. Just a little sidetrack there, but
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Shout out
It's insane.
1999.
Like these guys are 2 years younger than me. It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I watched Lamine Yamal for Barcelona, who's 16. and I want
That too, right? You was gonna say like soccer. They're like
No, soccer's the worst one because
they learn to walk and they're got a ball. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sean?
Wait till you're 35 or 37 like me, and everybody's retired. Nobody, there's no, you know what I mean?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
37-year-olds, and you're like, hey, Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin, they're at the end of their career, and you're like, well, that's my life for you. I might as well hang up the towel too, man.
No,
Yeah.
guys. Oh, that's so sad. Okay. Well, on that
I don't know how to segue off of that.
No, okay, let's end it on a happy note. Blue Jays back in action next week. They are the Rays are slight favors, minus 120.
Oh,
Jays are plus 100, close enough. It's
Found
a
it.
pick 'em. But guys, next week, St. Louis Bar and Grill, 595 Bay Street. It's a sports interaction reunion. Johnny Junta, Gate 14, will be hosting. 3:30,
Yep.
the event starts. Make sure to get your butt there because first 100 only.
it's gonna be tight.
Gonna
First
be
come,
tight.
first serve.
We cannot wait to see you all. Johnny, we can't wait to see you. We hope you have a good weekend until then. And next week, we're back, guys. In
In
flesh.
person.
In the flesh.
Talking shit.